Namaste, beautiful yogis. Welcome to our general Hatha class. Today we're going to have some options. You might take the lighter level or the more intermediate level. When we say level, there's no good nor bad, better nor worse. It really depends on how you're feeling today, on the physical, but also on the emotional level. Sometimes we need a more gentle practice so we can dive deeper within, acknowledge how we feel. Sometimes we need a more dynamic practice because we may be so turbulent in the mind chatter that we need a place to focus the mind so we can move into stillness and back to a place of trust that all is as it should be. So join me at the top of the mat and you can stand in Tadasana. So big toes in, lift and fan the other toes, broaden the feet, roll the outside edges of the feet down, lift up through the inner arches. You want to level out through your pelvic bowl by drawing your tailbone down into Mother Earth and then just suctioning back ever so slightly with the navel drawing towards the spinal column. Elevate the energy, not just through the legs, but upwards through the spine. Lift and open the heart center, but keep the shoulder blades down the back. Soften through your shoulders, extend through your arms. Radiate and tingle out of the ends of the fingers so you can activate internal meridians through the ends of the fingers and the toes, rebounding the energy both in a downwards direction and an upwards direction. So feel it crisscrossing right through the inner planes of the physical body, and as you activate the internal meridians just through your awareness, just through lengthening, grounding, feel that length also going all the way to the crown of the head. You know that you're also activating your energy body of the chakra system. Once the energy body really switches on for you, then you're practicing true yoga. Breath and energy come together as one infinite body. So from the physical right through the etheric body, that physically charged or electrically charged sheath that surrounds the physical body, out through the emotional body, mental body, spiritual bodies, one body of light. So feel that one body of light, and you can close your eyes down and commence your Maharaja Pranayama. So inhaling, draw the breath in through the nostrils, expand into your lower belly, awaken the breath, drawing up through the ribs, expanding outwards and upwards into the chest, collarbones lift up, and then you're ready for your exhalation. So let the breath just naturally dissolve out of the chest. The ribs kind of move back down and knit towards each other. It's a natural process, and the belly empties out just at the end of the exhalation, awaiting a new breath. Drinking in life force energy, the prana, the awakening of true self as we settle into the energy body. We become form and formless all at the same time. The form of the physical body that today will move into different shapes, the asana practice. But what is moving us into those shapes? It's the formless, it's the energy body. True unification of the form with the formless is our yoga practice. Continue to breathe and flow. Drinking in the breath, awakening higher energy within. Breath is even. It's the evenness of breath that creates tranquility of mind. We go past the ever-chattering mind as we focus the mind on the breath. It becomes our dharana, our object of concentration. Without this focal point, the mind gets up to its usual tricks of planning and problem solving and analysing. So we're here to discipline the mind, to become the master of the mind, to direct the mind focus where we choose it to go for healing, transformation, for greater awakening. Those who learn to master the mind are the true light warriors on the earth, because they're not susceptible to what the mind dictates to them. They're able to observe, they're able to understand that stories erupt in the mind, but they're not always true. We can go deeper into the feeling self, be the observer, and ultimately arrive at that place where we know we are sovereign, where we know that our true state is love. joy, peace. So be that energy as you open your eyes. And then inhale, draw the arms up and above the head. So look up between those hands, and then exhale, fold. So you've got options today. Can be bent knees. Let's do bent knees for our first one. And if you prefer though, of course, you can straighten out immediately, tucking the head in just at the end. Surya Namaskar, salute to the sun. So inhale, this is the beginner's version, stepping the left knee back, dropping to the knee, run the energy along the spine, open your heart, gaze to Surya, gaze to our beautiful sun. Plant down through the hands, spread your fingers, pick up through Mula Bandha, so seal from the perineum to the navel. Always help your transitions to be nice and light as we step back into downward facing dog, spreading fingers and toes, meridian flow. Inhale, hollow out through your lower belly, that's that Mula Bandha. Exhale, drop on down to the knees, peel the buttocks back into the heels. As you allow your head to drop down, make sure you're energizing the arms, drawing the shoulder blades down the back as you plant the hands into the earth. Look on up, inhale, cobra pose, so slither along the earth, run the chin down, and then come up to the degree that suits you. Elbows squeeze in and remain bent. Press into the tops of the feet to run the energy into the lumbar spine. Press into the hands, exhale, transition, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that left foot up between the hands and dropping the back knee to the earth onto the finger pads. Run the energy along the spine and gaze up. Transfer the weight into your front foot, and it's a light transition as you lift Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha as well. Seal from the solar plexus to the heart to get that lift, and then you've got a hollow center to get a deeper fold into Uttanasana. Power down through your feet, draw the arms out from the side, use the bandhas, engage them up through the full core line of the body to help you stand upright. Look up, reach for the sun, take that solar power, earth it down, Tadasana. Other side, inhale, float your arms up, worshipping beautiful Surya. Exhale and fold. Straight or bent knees, your choice. Inhale, stepping your right foot back, dropping to the knee, gazing up. Exhale, flatter the hands. Adho Mukha Svanasana is downward facing dog. Try to draw your ribs to your spine, drop your shoulder blades down the back, ears line up with the inside of the arms. Inhale, exhale, drop on down to the knees, peel the buttocks back into the heels, lay your third eye down, gather the intuition through that psychic portal, look on up, inhale, powerful cobra pose, press into the tops of the feet, open your throat chakra to the sun, curl your toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping that right foot on up between the hands, drop onto the left knee, gazing on up, and then exhale, plant into that front foot, so that light transition, bandhas lift, bring the foot in, fold on over, straight or bent knees, Uttanasana. Inhale, as you press into the feet, you help yourself stand upright, you're rebounding energy all the way through the body, right to the ends of those fingers as you gaze up. Exhale, Tadasana. So let's do the intermediate version now of Surya Namaskar, or repeat just as we were there. Inhale, drawing those arms up. Keep the shoulder blades down the back, and then exhale and fold, Uttanasana. This time as we step the left foot back, we keep the knee up, press the back heel away, draw the back thigh towards the sky, however, and gaze up. Plant the hands, exhale, downward facing dog. So remember, you can drop to the knees and sit back on the heels, or if you want to do this version, inhale to plank, draw the ribs into the spine, knees down, tilt your chin, chest and chin down, melt onto the hips. Inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra, curl the toes under. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step that left foot up between the hands. Press your right heel away. Draw your right thigh towards the sky. Open your heart, gaze up. Press the weight into this front foot. Draw your back leg in. Lengthen over for Uttanasana. Power down through the feet. Inhale, draw the arms up. This time we're going to add in a back bend. So kind of tilt your buttocks to the back so you release your lumbar spine. Go for your back bend and then keep flowing. Exhale and fold Uttanasana. Inhale, this time step the right foot back. Press the heel away. Gaze on up. Weight goes down into the hands. Spread fingers and toes, remember, for your downward facing dog. Eyes at the elbows want to line up, so you can do little checks here to make sure that you're running the energy as you need to. Inhale, there's your plank. Exhale, knees down, chest and chin down. Inhale, feel the power of your cobra. Activate your quads. Curl your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, you want to pick that right foot up, pressing between the hands. Push your back heel away. Energize the spine, gaze on up. Weight into your front foot. Exhale, pull that back leg in. Fold on over. Uttanasana. Power down through the feet. Inhale, come on up. See if we can add in that back bend. Release the spine. Open your heart. This time as you stand upright, drag the hands down and through prayer pose. So closing the eyes, feeling the heartbeat against the back of the thumbs. Reconnecting with your breath, ensuring there's a full passage of breath from lower belly to the collarbones as you inhale, and there's a complete surrender and letting go of the breath as you exhale. You move ever more into the rhythmic breath, becoming one with the sovereign power, the energy that resides within you. Quantum science reminding us that we are actually more energy than we are matter. So even though we think we're the physical, it's only a tiny portion of who we truly are. So learn to identify with yourself as an energy being, and you immediately lighten up about what's happening, what's featuring in your life. Nothing seems so bad then, because you will always transcend the physical experience. You'll always return to the one who is the observer, the one who is having the experience. And everything becomes a curiosity then, as opposed to a burden. So we gently open the eyes. We're going to take the hands down and into the hips and inhale. Bend out through the knees and exhale. Step our right foot back and out to the side. And you want to keep the knees bent until you've got that placement of the feet, and then you can straighten out. So you want to square the hips off at this point and roll the buttocks under. Inhale, float the arms up to shoulder level. Fingers and toes are still spread. Remember, plenty of energy flow through the internal meridians. On your exhale, Trikonasana. So draw your front hip straight to your back hip. We don't want to let the buttocks go out behind us, because if we don't have that one plane of alignment, we're not getting as much energy flow as required. So it's a general class. I'm giving you heaps of options today. You could be here. Don't place too much weight down on your knee, but it's just a kind of a resting point, mid shin perhaps, or you can even come down and just lightly press onto the ankle. So pressing the front hip under, again, that'll unlock the hips. You can run the energy along the spine, and exhale, revolve from the navel and gaze on up. You've got plenty of grounding through your feet, keeping you stable, awakening the three-pointed star of Trikonasana. You learn to sparkle that energy we've been talking about. You learn to radiate from deep within out into the world, because your divine mission is to spread that love, to spread that light. Keep on breathing, looking down this time. Weight goes down into the feet so you can spring up with lightness. Inhale, and then on the exhale, you can turn those feet around so you're facing in the other direction. So let's give ourselves a chance. It's a good thing about Hatha Yoga. We've got more time to set the pose up. So get that alignment through the hips. And then you just pause at any point of the pose that serves you today. So reach out, kind of like you're lifting up and over for Trikonasana. That way we're keeping the integrity of the pose. Now, where do you need to be? Find that place. Ultimately, the top wrist lines up with the elbow, shoulder, into the bottom arm, the shoulder, the elbow, and the wrist. Reposition, length through your spine, Jalandhara Bandha. If you're gazing up, this means your throat draws towards your neck and it really supports your neckline. So breathe and feel the powerful energy crisscrossing through the internal meridians. The twist from the navel really helps to cleanse and tonify the digestive system, to wring out anything that you're churning over, anything that you're chewing over, not digesting well. Let it go. Create a clear space. The stomach or the digestive system really connects in with the respiratory system. So if you're a bit clogged up, it's snuffly, remember, cleanse out through the digestive system. Power down through your feet. Inhale. Stand yourself upright. Exhale. Hands come down onto the hips, and you want to swivel those feet around again one more time. Now, at this point, the feet may get a little bit sore for you. A lot of grounding work, a lot of standing work will really highlight for you in the feet where you may not be activating energy upwards. So just observe it, there's nothing wrong with you, but just notice, maybe you need to pull up and fire up the legs a little bit more. So it's like every part of the leg, every fiber of the leg draws up. Unless you hyperextend, meaning unless you push your knee all the way to the back, and it kind of looks like you're out of shape through that knee area. Unless you do that, then you do want to have your kneecap lifted, so you're engaging this quadricep, this big muscle here. That way your feet won't get too sore. Square those hips, roll the buttocks under. Inhale, float the arms up to shoulder level. Feet might naturally go wider now as you come into Virabhadrasana II. Bend and open through your front knee. Aim your front knee for your front pinky toe. Roll the outside edge of your back foot down into the earth. Shoulder blades stay down the back. Torso squares to the side mat. Knee aims for the front mat. Breathe into it. Feel the dignity of the warrior. Breathe. Your focal point, your drishti, on your front index finger, knowing where you're headed. Backhand connects you to your memories so that you can always take heed of lessons that you've learned and apply it to the now moment where the torso is. Keep breathing, keep feeling, sink a little bit lower. Power into the feet, inhale, come on up. Exhale, swivel those feet around. So maybe adjust if you need to. If you start to slide out a little bit wider. Hatha is so great, as I said, gives us time. It's more methodical, isn't it, than a flow or a vinyasa class. We're still working very dynamically, but we're really checking on alignment and these kinds of things. When you're ready, bend and open through the front knee. So the release comes out of the groin for this one. You don't lunge forward or back. You release out of your groin, you sink on down. So ultimately, the knee stacks over the ankle joint. Keep the shoulders and the shoulder blades down so we're not pinching our neck. The arms become like the warrior's sword, wielding your peaceful power as you do this earth battle. And guess what? Earth is not always fun, but you're on a divine mission, as we said, and you can find heaven on earth through your actions, through your benevolent and virtuous actions, through being kind, basically, to yourself and to others. Power down into your feet, maybe sink a little bit more. Breathe and feel. Legs can get quite wobbly, Supercharged with prana. You're doing so well. Inhale, come on up, and then exhale. Just turn this foot in now. So feet face to the side mat. If anything, you're a little bit pigeon-toed, as you want to ensure that the outside edges of the feet are parallel with the outside edges of the mat. Roll down. Just feel it. What's that doing in terms of energizing right up into the hip joint and socket? Inhale, flood the torso with the prana and open yourself back. Now remember that tilt out of the buttocks to release the lumbar spine, so we can then work the thoracic spine deeper. So you press the hips forward now and work deeper, even bending the knees into that back bend. Fear releasing, keep flowing as we inhale to come up now. Exhale, pause halfway down. Not only engage the bandhas, but tilt and separate these sit bones into the sky. Press down and earth into your heels. This will now give you the best possible chance to go for a deeper fold, because as the hands come down, you can unlock the spine from those hips, so you can inhale, reach forward, keep tilting and separating the sit bones, and you'll probably find yourself in a deeper fold than you're normally in. So you can work the hands back in line with the toes, or you can keep these hands just where they are. Of course, you can bend your knees if you need to. You find an option that serves you today. One option is not better than the other. Sometimes you know you're practicing the right way when you take the so-called easier option, because you're being mindful of what you need. On the other hand, sometimes laziness can creep in, and we need to take the more dynamic option because we need to explore new consciousness within the body. Now you've got to make that determination today what you require, and it's intuitive. It arises in the moment, so don't overthink it. But be here breathing, draining the tension out of the shoulders, draining the incessant mind chatter out of the head. Like the top of the head just flipped open. Let it go. Nothing to obsess about. The spleen won't function well if you're obsessing in the mind. So let it go. Doesn't matter what someone said to you. Doesn't matter even if you reacted in a bad way to someone. Let it go now. Good. Inhale. Come part way up. Pause. How are those feet doing? Let's give them a little rest. So we're going to get the weight into the hands so we can bend our knees, step or jump those feet together, drop down onto your knees and turn. So you've got the length of the mat. You can have the knees slightly apart. Third eye comes down, wrap the arms back and around, and just enjoy the very beautiful Balasana. Kindness that you find within the child's pose. Such a heavenly feeling of tucking deep within yourself, the stimulation of the third eye chakra provided by Mother Earth, whether you're outside, inside, the ground there beneath you, the representation of a beautiful Mother Earth, she who supports you, she who gives you this beautiful planet to dwell upon, to have the earthly or physical experience. She is a soul just like you. She is also a soul having a physical experience. So we remember that. We remember to love her, nurture her, clean her, pick up rubbish like we clean our own system out. Keep breathing. Find the innocence of the child within you, the one who needs you to go on great adventures, be creative, have fun, laugh, dawdle, be amazed by the stars. The return to innocence, so beautiful. So inhale, bringing your head up, sitting all the way up, and we're just going to take our hands out in front but slightly off to the right side, and then drag around the left foot. And then creep this right knee back to a place that feels right for you. Again, it's your choice today. You've got plenty of options. So you could have kept it like this, or if you're wanting to work into a deeper lunge, your body will signal to you where that place is. That's both maybe at the edge of your release, but still comfortable enough that you can keep your face soft and keep on breathing. So breathe into it, feel the release of the psoas, the hip flexor, the quadricep. Ground strongly through this front foot, and then take the hands up and onto the knee. So use the knee to push away, and then maybe sink a little bit deeper. And then that's already employing a bit of a back bend for us, isn't it? So see how you go. You can work deeper into this back bend. First of all, let's get a bit of a flow on to get some heat into this area of the body. So inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, you're going to drop this right hand towards the floor. Now it may not touch, and that's okay, and reach on over. And then inhale, draw this arm up, and exhale then out to the other side. Inhale up. Now if you can, at the same time you rotate from the navel and gaze up, but that's an option. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. This time take temple mudra, index fingers point up. Remember, you can have your hands back down on the earth if you need to. Gaze on up. Now unlock that lumbar spine like we did before. Inhale and exhale. Start to work into the back bend. Inhale, length, and exhale. Now maybe you can reach back here. Right hand, reaching. Maybe reach the heel, and then come back to where we were, hands down. Inhale. So anytime we move these legs, remember, if you've got your core engaged, you can move that leg around a lot more lightly than trying to kind of manipulate it into the position you want. Because you've got a lightness, you've got a lift here, I should be able to then just lightly pull this leg back, shift my hands over, and then again, as I engage my core, everything comes from the core really in yoga. It's that lightness, it's that stability, powerful, not only Mula Bandha from perineum to navel, but that Uddiyana Bandha, solar plexus to heart, Jalandhara Bandha, throat to the neck, that core line. Wow, it's so beautiful. And it's really going to give you that ability to conduct Kundalini energy upwards through the spine, the potential spiritual energy. We all have the uncoiling of the serpent, the rainbow serpent that travels up through the chakras, deep awakening, powerful connection to universal energetic self. Good. So you've got that nice release. You can stay there, or those hands can come up. Inhale, you want to push away, and then you want to maybe go a little bit deeper. See how it feels for you today. Beautiful. So to get ourselves prepped now for our back bend, let's inhale, draw the arms up. Exhale, so left goes down, right reaches over. Inhale up. You want plenty of grounding out of this front foot. And exhale, release. Inhale up. Now, as you release down, maybe revolve from the navel and gaze up. Inhale. Exhale. Couple more times. Inhale. Can you feel that beautiful life force energy, that beautiful prana? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, taking temple mudra. If you need to bring your hands back down, that's fine. Exhale, unlock the sacrum. Start to release into your back bend. Inhale, we'll talk about the chakras. Chakras really open through the front body. Maybe go for a deeper back bend, and then bring those hands down. Lift the bandhas. That knee comes back. And this time, just gradually creep on back so you can curl your toes under and rock back and onto your feet. So find a beautiful squat pose. We've got different variations of our squat pose, don't we? This one we're going to move our ankle bones up and towards each other. As we do that, we kind of naturally want to just sit up higher. So do that. Talking about the bandhas, now employ those 3 main bandhas and see if you can just balance yourself. See how that balance actually comes from the core line of the body, deep within the sealing up of the energy, coupled with a drishti, a focal point, the ankle bones knitting up and towards each other, lifting you higher. Now test your balance, see if your knees can come wide. You need to spread your toes, and then maybe take a mudra, index finger and thumb, connect, and just settle the hands onto the inside of the knees. Don't worry if you're wobbly. I might look still, but trust me, my feet are energizing, my bandhas are engaging. Keep on breathing. Bring yourself back. Can you keep that balance? Stand all the way up, stand all the way up. Reach up into the stars. Release the arms wide down to the side and come back up to the top of the mat. Bring those hands up into Anjali Mudra. This is the prayer pose. And let's use prayer pose for what it's designed for, to make a prayer. Through prayer, we talk to the Creator. We ask for our needs to be met. Similar to meditation, but meditation is listening to the Creator. Prayer is asking, talking, inquiring. So do that now. Talk to the Creator, which is really your own higher self, of which we're all connected to. Now gently open your eyes and remember, now that you've done your prayer, make sure you watch for the signs, because the universe will talk to you now. It can come through a book, a message, a meme. It can come through knowing when you do your Shavasana today or any other time. Make sure that you're aware of that message coming back, something that you've asked for, something that you needed to know. It's coming for you. Trust me and trust the universe and trust yourself. So back into Tadasana. Fly your arms open. Inhale, look on up. Exhale, and we fold. Uttanasana. This time, look out into the distance. Ardha Uttanasana. Weight down into the hands. Step your feet back one at a time into plank. Immediately drop on down to the knees and release on down onto your hips. So we've done some really good prep for releasing our spine into that back bending motion. Your choice, always how far you want to go now with this next release. The beautiful Dhanurasana is our bow pose. So it can be maybe just curling the legs in, maybe curling the legs in, holding the feet, or you can do as I am and hold onto the ankles. So I've got an external grip. You can take an internal grip of the feet or an internal grip of the ankles. You can play with it. Different shapes, different meridians, but essentially the main focus is running the front body to release then into the back bend. So inhale, awareness through the front lines of the body, lift that energy, and then on your exhale, press your feet, your ankles into your hands, only if you're coming up, otherwise you just remain where you are. Inhale, press, 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 maybe those legs can come higher. Gaze can go up, keep pressing and releasing. Good, beautiful. So for those of you who are keen to work your back bends a little bit more, I do recommend maybe having 3 or 4 attempts in Dhanurasana. You can certainly pause the video if you want to and to do that, but just for time's sake today, we'll keep going. But that might be something when you're warm in another self-practice day, you can repeat that kind of pose 3 or 4 times. The spine really likes it when you do the repeat of the back bend. You get deeper each time into it. So keep on breathing, keep on feeling. Weight comes down into our hands. Press yourself up and draw your knees to the center of your mat. Cross your feet behind you and sit down and onto your buttocks. Release those legs out. So what do we counter a back bend with? You guessed it, a forward bend. Adjust onto your sit bones. Now, I'm a little bit off center here on my mat, only because I'm practicing outside, but you will be able to get nice and level. Drive your heels out, drive the balls of the feet out, spread your toes, draw your toes back towards the head, even the pinky toes, don't let them go lax. And then we call this one Dhanurasana. So the hands go down and that gets the lift up, not only through the arms, but through the spine. This one translates as stick pose. I'm gonna see if I can get myself a bit more level. Again, that can be your option today. If you wanna go on, inhale. Look on up, keep the shoulder blades down the back. Hinge from the middle. Find where you need to be before you lay your head down. And then if you've got hold of the feet, use them as a lever, so you draw your torso long through your arms and then bow your head just at the end of your pose. Seated forward bend, Paschimottanasana. Soften off through your shoulders. Soften off through your neck. Try to move the back of the knees down to the earth. Remember to press those heels out. It will work you a little bit deeper, of course, through the bladder meridian. Big long energy line that runs through the back body, but that's okay. That's where we want the energy to go. You need to sit up higher into the pose to lighten it off. Do so, but keep the integrity of the alignment if you can. Hatha is not yin. In yin, we would let the alignment go. We would flop. This is Hatha. We're working the alignment. We're not holding as long though as yin. So you're able to really extend in all directions. Pour the energy out through the crown of the head. Breathe. Inhale, bring the head up. And then sit your way back to Dhanurasana. Sometimes just the simple poses when you're doing yang styles of yoga like Hatha or Vinyasa. Sometimes simple is better because you are dynamically working, you are aligning, you are extending. So no pressure on yourself, just explore your body. Good. Now, work those hands behind the body. So just same position, but the hands just go behind the body. That way you should be able to scoop up again quite strongly through your bandhas. Squeeze your shoulder blades together now, but keep your shoulder blades down the back. As the bandhas lift, you should be able to draw your legs on up. We're coming into Navasana. See if you can move your chest towards your thighs and maybe naturally the arms come out. Now if you went like that, you know you need to get the hands back down, lift the bandhas first, lift the bandhas, chest towards the thighs. Should be natural then to extend those arms out. Breathe into it. For those of you who want to go on, hold the sides of the feet. Bandhas, bandhas, bandhas. Maybe let the head drop back. Soak up, in my case, the golden rays of the sun, but even if you're practicing inside, that heavenly energy is shining down upon you. Good, breathe. Now, pull the soles of the feet together, sit your way up into your Baddha Konasana. Baddha, bound, Kona, angle, asana, pose. Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Also translates as butterfly. We love this one. Let's get the butterfly wings going. Feel them flutter away. It's not often we do a kind of pulsing action in our yoga, but this one's really perfect for it. You can breathe, you can feel the external rotation out of the hips. Feel the inner thigh, liver, kidney, spleen meridians supercharge with energy. Become long through the spine, open through the heart, relax through the shoulders. Good. Inhale. Length. Exhale. See where the fold goes for you now. You can drop those elbows out in front. Maybe get the third eye coming down. Or maybe the lips. See if you can kiss your own feet. That's the ultimate, isn't it? Kissing your own feet. Who has to kiss the feet of the Guru? You are the Guru. Kiss the Guru's feet. Kiss your own feet. We love it. If you're down that far, give those feet one more kiss for good measure. Mwah! Tell yourself how wonderful you are. Love yourself. That's what it's about. Love yourself. You are divine. You are beautiful. Let's start to close our practice now. So we'll just tuck the left under right over the top, and then inhale, press against that knee, draw yourself long. The right hand comes around, the left arm comes up, and then start to work into that twist. Now, as I said, it's general today, so if you want an option, you can tuck back into the bind. So you thread that hand back into the bind, but that's an option. Breathing here, releasing deeper out of that navel center. Beautiful, beautiful. Soften your shoulders, let go and feel. Head comes back. So reach down to the side of the right foot with your left hand. Now that knee can just come up bent, or you can start to straighten and push the ball of the foot away. Keep that beautiful twist action going and extend out through the right arm. Breathing here, twisting around. This is gallbladder, stomach meridian. It's powerful. Through the arms, you'll feel the underside here charge up of the small intestine meridian, but you're getting those arm meridians in general running. Heart, pericardium, Sanjiao, your triple warmer, liver, large intestine as well. Good. So tuck this one under. So right tucks under, left over the top, plant down. Resist the knee so you get that elevation up through your glorious spine. Extend up nice and long here, through that right arm. Find where you want to be. If you're going for the bind, tuck your hand down and under, and then move yourself into that beautiful bound, beautiful twisted pose, wringing out the digestive organs. Such a simple way to cleanse, isn't it? Much as we may also love to include a detox here and there in our life, cleansing like this every day is a very natural, very easy way to restore all the good flora and fauna in the gut, keeping you healthy, keeping you light. Bring your head back. Release those hands if they're bound. Hold on to the side of that left leg with the right. Could be just here, be straight. Push the ball of the foot away. Rotate out, keep breathing. Feel that incredible power, the prana, shooting all the way through the gallbladder, stomach meridians, right out through the ends of the toes. It travels down and out and releases some stuck and held energy. Beautiful twist of the spine as well, so glorious. Keep breathing, keep feeling. Good, let your head come back. Let your body come back, unravel. Guess what time it is? It's Shavasana time. So lay yourself on down. Feet flop out to the side. Palms turn up, fingers curl in slightly. The earth rises up to meet you from below as you settle deeper, sink deeper. The heavens flow down from above, to marry with the earth energy. The divine cosmos dwells within you. The feminine, the masculine becomes one, united. The holy marriage, the holy union. You are the one you've been looking for. It resides deep in the heart space. Find that place now. Nurture yourself through loving thoughts. As I leave you now, just to enjoy your Shavasana, I'll bring you back out shortly. Just recall the prayer that you made. Now you're in meditation, you're listening to the divine. Be mindful of sensations, thoughts that come from a kind place, any messages that are being whispered up from Mother Earth, any knowings from Father Sky. Now as you return, start to wriggle fingers and toes. You're going to roll on out to the right hand side, just in your recovery pose. We roll to the right traditionally, so the left side is on top. The heart on the left side becomes the leading force, leading with the heart. And then just press down into the earth and make your way up into sitting. A beautiful Hatha class today, exploring ourselves as an energy being. So thank you so much for joining me. Namaste, beautiful yogis.